Welcome back. Tonight we're going to be looking at a whole bunch of vibe coding, some comfy UI workflows, and a bunch of other cool stuff like Midjourney, Omni, and so on and so forth. Writer's room at the end. Welcome back, everybody. It will be 8 o'clock on the 5th of May. That's a Monday. Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at who's here. Kurt Curtis, Dragon Diffusion, Fernicar. Hello, everybody. Battlecruiser operational. You have audio, not video. Don't worry, guys. I'm just doing a short intro for the, you know, the watchers. Hello, everybody. Yes, the tick story was definitely a little bit of oversharing, Dragon, but it's okay. We're all adults. Medical horrors aside, hopefully I'm here and you can hear me, like I say. So just catching up with all the chat. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you're all doing well, like I say. We got some cool stuff to look at tonight, so let's catch up. Don't forget, if you're watching live or if you are watching later, there is a Discord, and in the description you will find the join link. There it is. We got a whole bunch of stuff ready. I got arrows pre-strung, so while we're going to take it easy, we have got a lot of stuff to look at tonight. Hopefully we won't get hyperactive hard house all the way through, because sometimes I do like to breathe. Anyway, following up on the completion of character version 2, Sharona project is moving on very nicely. We have some curation to do, so let's dive straight in. And let's just make this a little bit larger. That's as big as it gets, guys. 1-to-1, I think. Yeah. So let's go back to the top. Now these are all based on Midjourney using the not upscaled images. Okay. So the face hasn't, you know, the face is not translated at all. We've lost the face, but I have a cunning plan, and that I will show you. I'm not sure. We might do a retrain with the best images to make a character V3. However, I'm going to show you what my approach will be. So we have these images. We're going to go through them very quickly. Hopefully it doesn't like... Can you tell me in the chat if this is pixelating really badly because I'm going through them quickly, yeah? Oh, they're both the same. I'll delete one of those. Face swap with 2K booster. Yeah, we're going to do even better than that. But you've got the right idea. That's the tail end of the process. I've got an interesting lead-in which I've custom built already. Oh man, we're going to have to pull some images out. Right, I'm going to deal with... I will remove anything which I feel is too hard to change, right? So I need to basically remove anything which is like... I'll shout and scream. I've already been through a lot of this, but going through it multiple times is a good idea. Like random tattoos on the leg. We could actually in-paint that out if we want, but we've probably got so many examples, so it's like attrition. We're going to go through attrition. Triage. It's like triage. We've got to go through and delete the weakest ones first, and then just go through it multiple times. There's only 217 images. I'm not worried about the face. What I'm looking for... And by the way, you might notice that we've now got some really dynamic scenes, okay? So basically, there's a little trick to it. Let me just explain that before I continue, okay? When we were using Midjourney yesterday, I was actually fighting the Omni without realizing it. But it's actually okay, because the process that we ended up building... The process we ended up building was perfect, so it kept the character consistent, or as consistent as Midjourney will allow. But then, by removing all of the... Let me show you. By removing the image prompts and only using srefs with Omni-reference, it allowed the part about where she is to actually do something. because when I had the images here, they were too strong. So I just removed all of those and then re-prompted exactly the same as we planned, and that has given me all of these. Can we go away? I want to put this away. Look, can we close this? Do you have to generate an image to make it go away? How do you do? Right. Just refresh the page. Mid-Journey UI, man. Did you have to hit this? No, it wasn't even that. Anyway, who cares? So anyway, right. I just wanted to get more screen space, that's all. So yeah, like I said, we've got her in a whole bunch of different environments now. Most of the ones from the story are there, or at least good examples of different poses and all different sort of stuff for this sort of walking adventure, right? So, happy with that. Got the curation. Here we go. So obviously these are made to be latent lossy. So it's kind of cool. We put the lossy latent images into, because they've got, like I said, how do I explain this? Can I even make this? Can I make one big and then you can see it? Not really. That one that we were on was actually perfect for it. Ooh. Okay, well anyway, let's just keep going. I don't want to get bogged down, otherwise we'll never get anywhere tonight. I hope you're all having a good night. Like I said, we're working towards this character, and I hope you can appreciate the world is becoming far more detailed and vibrant. The art style has been retained throughout. We've still got the art style we wanted. I'm not too bothered if Flux can't learn it, by the way, because I know that it's going to be an improvement over the last lot. Now, here's an example of like where I'm trying to be a little bit more forgiving. The headband thing. Girls don't always wear them. It's okay. As long as they're not bloody headphones, it's okay. Do you know what I mean? Right, I think we're into the new era. Right, so this back thing, it's too, what do you call it? It's too impressionable. Once the AI sees one of these, it'll be on everything. So that's better to train, right? The belts, it's just leather, guys. It's just leather. I'm okay with it. I know it's like supposed to be low tech, but I think leather straps, I think we're going to get away with leather straps. Do you know what I mean? You kind of need them for like riding horses and that. So I would imagine that like being, you know, saddles and stuff. So I would imagine we didn't lose the technology to make belts. It's not quite that bad. And this makes my job a lot easier. Because remember, it was supposed to be based on the images, so it was easy to write the story. You see what I mean? So I'm not trying to make my life difficult. The whole idea is that the images lead the story. So there comes a point where I have to say, you know, like Mid-Journey putting patches on her all the time. That's annoying, but you know what I mean? Because they're always different. But my idea is that sort of stuff, I'm happy to in-paint that out. You know what I mean? And then it being plain all the time is easy to be consistent. The patterning does change a bit, but I doubt it's going to learn. I'm just looking for weird hairstyles, missing gloves, missing boots, that kind of thing. Like this thing on her wrist, there's tech there. I can in-paint that out, so I'm okay with that. If they can forge steel, they can do leather. Well, yeah, the idea is it's like a sort of Neo-Bronze Age, right? So they don't have steel, but there are steel artifacts. You see what I mean? So there is steel, but it can't be made. I don't know. I haven't decided. I don't really want to make like rules like that because, you know, it opens the door in the narrative for her to find a steel forge and get like a cool weapon. Right now she has a bronze dagger and a spear. So she can also do archery, but she doesn't have a bow. I think she just has to sort of make one, which makes sense. But I haven't got any images of her with a bow. I was like, oh, bollocks to that. Because the thing is, you know what'll happen? It'll be like one hand holding the arrow and the string in her face. But this is pretty consistent. She's got some weird tech she's found. Oh, we'll have to... Oh, no. I'm not going to make my life difficult, guys. If it's like very, like this band on the leg. For what I'm going to do There are certain things that work and certain things that don't. Oh no, spoilers! She found a little place where people live. That's spoilers. But yeah, the world is coming along real nice. It's managed to retain the art style I've been trying to keep. That's thanks to Midjourney's style reference. But the images we used are from the last character model, you see, combined with the original prompt that was used to make the images. So it's like a big feedback loop. Here, let me show you. I'm going to have to get my multi-billion-dollar Microsoft software. Here we go. So, it's that time, guys. Don't you dare turn off. Okay, guys. So it goes like this. We used Midjourney. Okay. We used Midjourney. We made images, which we then wrote a story about. So we wrote a story about the images. Yeah? Sorted. So then, phase 2, we've trained a style Laura and then using the style Laura and photos, so I'll just say pics. Pics plus style equals character. With a lot of depth, open pose and whatever, right? And then what we've done is we've used Stable Diffusion to do 2 versions. Okay. Then we used a combination of the character tags and the original Midjourney prompt to go back again, right? So now we're gonna. So then we've gone. With the outputs of the character model, we've gone back to Midjourney, okay? And then, and now we've got even better images, right? But they're actually going to become depth. Whoa! They're going to be death. It looks like death. That's not what I tried to say. D-E-P, depth, right? Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to combine all of that to make the final character model and the final, for the illustration. So I hope that makes sense. Right, I got a better idea to make this easier. It makes much more sense if I just break it down to, drop the narrative elements and just show you. So we've got Midjourney, Stable Diffusion or Flux, there, times 3, okay, and we might use Control Net in here somewhere, yeah. See what I mean? And so you just go round and 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 round. Curate, Control Net, more references, better prompts, more references, better prompts, more references, better prompts, better prompts. Anyway. Okay. And like I say, these are ready for upscale. So if I was to open this and come in, you'll notice that it's all a little bit fuzzy. It's a little bit fuzzy. Which is nice, because we can throw that into a Lanxos or a Nearest, depending on if we want it to be sharp or blurred. And it will just regenerate all that stuff. Okay. So let's keep going, we're nearly there. That's enough asides. That's a bit too on the nose. That one's got floating rocks. That one's got a weird glove. Yeah, we're obviously into. She got a blaster. Shame. cool one. A load of skulls. Black gloves. So because I'm going to turn this into a depth set, which will be used with... it might even... Yeah, it should create let me see. I don't think it... No, it doesn't actually include the original images. Well, we'll see. Yeah, that one's too inventive. You know what I mean? It's too... It's not right. Nope. Shame. That was a good image. But it's not like you can't make it again. Same with the black spot. Like, I can in-paint out a different, like, colours. Like, that's fine. I don't mind a bit. What the heck? Weird head. Weird leg. Is that a bone? Exposed bone. It's not part of the design spec. What's with the face? Something weird about that one. Oh yeah, and I'm okay with her having like utility belt type leather holster thing. Remember, I'm just going to relax the thing, but the pigtails are a no. Like, I don't want it to confuse the hairstyle any more than it already is. I'm trying to go short white hair. You know what I mean? I haven't really said what kind of haircut it is or anything. I think we could probably... See, what I'll do is I'll pull all of the stuff which could be in-painted out. What's that? Pigsy from Monkey. Yeah, basically. The idea is that in her travels she'll meet skilled hermits, for lack of a better word. That's a bit of foreshadowing for later. Because these are actually very consistent now. I think if I go ahead and train the best of these samples, it's going to make a really consistent Laura. But I don't just want to train the mid-journey images. It's kind of too easy. What I prefer to do is run these images through the current character model to get that composition back. The question is, what's the best way to do it? Because it might be that you need to have captioned them as well. And so then you don't really want to do every single one. So I'm thinking about having like a multi-staged approach for this. Rings or strips up, goggles, shame. At this point we've got so many images, we need criteria to remove them. So there's too many samples, if you see what I mean. So if I see something that doesn't look good, it's out. It's out for any reason, you know, because we've got too many images. So I just need to whittle them down to a lesser amount. That one's missing a boot. That one's got one knee too high. You can't see her other shoe. That one's got a disformed leg. I haven't had any pigtails for a while. That one's just weirdly washed out. Oh look, running. She's trying to run. It's pretty good so far. Weird position, but I'll allow it. That's got some green up there. And a robot arm. Ooh, monkey hands. What the hell? Is that a garter? Get out of here with that. I'm just looking around the, you know, like hands, boots, haircut. The rest of it doesn't matter because it's going to be a depth map. And my idea is to attach the depth map to a... Look at that. You like furry clothing? Oh my god. I'm going to get rid of it though. It's too inconsistent with the rest. So I think as we start to go down here, it'll start to get more strange. Because the earlier images... Unless it's the other way around. I forget which way around it is. They're all recognisable as the same character, although they do have some strangeness to them. See, it's like I was thinking about fixing that one, but come on, it's like you could fix all of them. So I managed to get it from 240 down to 186. That's not bad. And I'm pretty, so I think we had 244 and now it's 186. Sorry, hang on. Okay, so bottom line, curation stage. So where's comfy? Comfy. There we go, curation stage. And how many are there? There's 186. So 8. Oh, you can't do that, can you? Yeah, it won't let you. Alright, well, we'll do the first and then change it. So it's going to be Sharona Car 3 Depth. Alright, off we go. And then I need, what, 86? And again, off we go. Come on, mate, you can do it. I believe in you, Comfy. Come on, don't flake out on me. This is very important. Dragon says he was using Platinum Bob to get the hair right. That's an interesting trick. As in, you know, to get the haircut consistent, you know, just pick a haircut. Oh my god, what's going on with these nails? Oh man, see, this is why you need to do a second pass. Just look at those fingers. What's going on? But it's fine. I'm not bothered. Ah, crap. Oh, wait, no, it's fine, it's fine. I did start at 0. I gave the project a name. Everything's fine. Okay, so it did flake out. Unless it's already done 8, which I doubt. Should have stopped at 186. I'm not seeing anything here either, which is nice. Can I get a preview? Nope. Alright, let's just close it then. And that one. Alright, we're not getting previews for some reason. Maybe I need to update my Comfy. Which I haven't done for a while. Okay. So then, while that's running, we are going to forget about that and jump into the next thing. So the next thing will require Illustrator, just so I can look at the results. Obviously you can use any SVG tool. And then we're going to take a look at a bunch of things. Oh no! A crash? Whatever will happen to us. Okay. So we are going to start with this one. Here we go. Say hello to... Oh wait, wrong one. Say hello to SVG things. Okay. So first thing we're going to look at is SVG color operations, which is pretty simple and straightforward. Let's just go into that folder, SVG. All of these are from my GitHub. I've just cloned them down today so I can show you what I made over the weekend. So if I just do Python main.py, and then I get this beautiful UI. So then I'm going to open an SVG file. Now I should have at least one somewhere. Should have one somewhere. Probably one in this folder here. So let's just grab whatever. Yeah, that one's okay. Got 8 megabyte, 8.9 megabyte. Don't know what it is. Hopefully it's not embarrassing. Okay, so let's find out what that was that I just opened. Is it even doing anything? Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's find that file, shall we? Always navigating to the same folders. That's my life. Here we go. In, to the bottom. Get that one. Oi, Windows, stop trying to get involved. Right there. Okay. So what do we got? We got a Sharona in vector. Okay. Right. So it now. Proof. Vector. Okay. You can re-raster and all that business. You can do whatever. You can do all kinds of stuff. But what I'm trying to say is this is the original, right? Now, as you might imagine, the biggest shape on this image is the sky. So if I want to change the color of the sky, and this is very basic, this was my proof of concept. So if this ever opens, I don't know. I think I might have picked like a too big an image. What it did was it gives you a list of every shape and its size and the hex code, and then you change the hex code, save it, and it changes the color of the image. But it appears that I picked a large... See, this is what happens if you pick one that's too big. So that's my bad. That's my bad. So round 2, we'll do it with a smaller image. I think I just clicked on some software by accident. Yeah, we can close that. Right. So let's pick a slightly smaller one, shall we? So if I get rid of these giant previews, there we go. There's one that's 732. It's probably black and white. Yeah, it's the same image, but it's black and white. All right, this is actually quite useful because where is it? It's maybe not. Well, anyway, it should load easier either way. So at least I can show you how to bloody it's a tiny, tiny one. We wait. I wonder if I broke it somehow. It's always possible. It's normal for it to do this though, because what's happening is it's analyzing the string. There's an XML file in the SVG, so if you were to open it up, it's a giant string describing how big each shape it is and where they are. It's taking forever. Do you know the joke is on my laptop, which has a tiny GPU, it was able to do it with CPU in no time. Uh-oh. Am I breaking things? Oh, we got one. We got one. White. Oh, have I run out of... What? What's going on? Comfy screaming. Help, it says. Says expected string bytes or OS path not none type. Something's going wrong here. Let's have a look at the output file and see what it's doing. It looks like something weird is going on. Output depth prompt Sharona depth. I mean, seems to be working to me. I'll ignore the errors. I'll ignore the errors. These are coming out great. Check this out. So this should keep the compositions on rails when we start to apply the trained model. I am thinking about grabbing the canny as well, but like I said, we've got the source images, so it's easy to make the pairs. For this, I don't think I actually need. I will need the prompt actually. So I probably should have renamed them, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Like I said, it's all part of the process. Okay. So this is actually just chugging along. It's not a problem. So you can carry on what we were doing. So So according to this, there's only one black, right? Or white, yeah, wait, yeah, black. So maybe I change. In fact, let's try the gradient, because the gradient never bloody works. So if I say red to black, and then apply the gradient, it'll appear like it's crashed again because it's doing crazy changes. Hey Louis, welcome, welcome. So glad you could join. And then obviously we'll save this and open it and see if it did anything. Oh, I always worry it's just going to explode. Aha, it's finished. Right, so now we save as, and I'll call it test2.svg. Get the folder, grab test2.svg.svg, drag it into the top bar, and it did nothing. Nice. Good stuff. Anyway, I'm just going to move on because, like I said, that was the prototype and we've gone much farther than this. I just wanted to see if it was possible to change the largest shape to a different hex code, and it was super easy and actually it worked. I don't know why it's not working. Typical. Anyway, let's go back to the thing. So that is SVG color operations done. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is the Shanshui CLI. Right? So let's just cd.dot and now cd space SVG shan. Oh, it's underscore. dir, and we're going to do Python shanshui.py. Don't think you need to say anything, it'll just make one in 3000 by 800, and again it's an SVG, so we're going to have to drag it into Illustrator. So this is was originally written in Python? No, JavaScript. Yeah, this was originally written in JavaScript. Oh, that doesn't work. Hang on. Okay. So what does it do? It makes a landscape. Oh, why is it broken again? That's out of alignment. Although it might not be. See, there's a thing this thing did which was a trick. It's quite interesting. So he made it so that it infinitely goes to the right, and the way he did that was making elements that branch multiple segments. So the next image would be like moved across a bit like that, and so then because this element is actually going off the edge of the frame, it moves that way, and so it makes it consistent as you go along. Obviously more things get generated, but yeah, that's a bit strange. Let me see the readme real quick, because I've got a feeling that maybe I can change the thing. Where is it? There we go. So this was originally implemented by Lingdong Huan, and you can find his all of the stuff I'm converting to Python or updating to Python 3 that you're going to look at tonight. It's all got quotes to the original authors. Okay. So what I'm looking at here is outputting. I'm looking at creating generators with SVG. So use LLM to design the code. Whoops. Use LLM to design the code, and then you have a custom output to put into control net. So I wouldn't put this in an image, I'd use it for a control net. I'd process this into probably Canny. Are you gonna load the thing, or do I have to? What's going on? Oh yeah, you can't do it from there. Sorry guys, I keep forgetting that Windows has like got rules for drag and drop, my guy. Look, Windows, just calm down. There we go. Yeah, so some elements go off the edge, but that's not a bug, it's a feature. It's just funny to see them go that far. But yeah, what would have happened is if I took away, originally I kept the feature so that you could make like, oh, make me 5, and they'll make 5 in a row which are all connected, you know what I mean? But I disabled it for now. So, but yeah, the full instructions are obviously in the README. So, width, height, seed. So you can see what I want to do. I want to turn it into a custom node. Because the interesting thing is it's generating SVG shapes to mimic a landscape, right? Here we go. What the heck is that? I've never even tried that. Apparently it's got a seed mode. Let's try it out. My favourite mountain is 0628, is it? 0628. It's pretty cool. Is that your favourite mountain? Oh wow. Okay, well, hey. The original version I think might have had a few more details, like a few more. I had quite a lot more. But like I said, I'm just doing my best to try and convert it across using Claude, right? So it's a little bit of a off-road test, I guess. Okay. So that's enough about what that is. It generates landscapes, there's various options, and all credit to the original creator, who obviously did it in, we can do 4K, let's do the high res. Oh, it saved it as 4K landscape. Fancy. It's probably just going to be like the same affair. Oh no, wait. Oh, okay. Look, it's tried to do some other stuff. Oh no, it's messed up some stuff. Those are not good. All right. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. But anyway, let's move on. So that was Shanshui. Get rid of that. It's Cal. Okay, so the last one from that guy. No, in fact, there's 2 more from that guy. We'll look at those first. So we got non-flowers, right? Non-flowers CLI. I don't think it needs to be installed. I think we just run non-flowers. So you have to install pillow. I think we've got that covered. Okay. Maybe. CD space non flowers hyphen non-flowers behind. Okay, we got a screenshot. No. Oh wait, no, it's still doing it. I'm not really sure if it's going into there or is it that one. I think that came with it. Yeah, that came with it. So it makes these sort of watercolor style flower artworks on fake paper texture. It looks like it's taking a while. Is it still running? Yeah, it is. It's still running. Look at this. Look at this. This is the code. These are all the options for woody plant. Flower chance, leaf chance, flower shape, flower color. I read them out on the stream yesterday. Like I said, these are like, it's like ideas. What can we do? We can use generators to feed guidance and then have the model. Because look, if you fed that image I showed you just now into image to image with control net, it's going to make it into like a more photographic or whatever you want, right? Depending on your prompt. And so I'm thinking it's just another way to augment your creative ability with the tools. So, is that the new one? Oh, that's crap. Oof, it's just a shoot. Hang on, let's see if we can use one of the other options. I know it's random, but damn. Output my flower type. Right, let's try type herbal. You can also do seed. You can also do size. You can also change everything. Control the flowers. Simple flowering tree, so I might try that next. It's probably what the default is though. Detailed herbal plant, minimal wood high resolution export. See, it's the same sort of affair. I'm going to go with detailed herbal plant for the next one. I don't think this is using CUDA, by the way. It's just running on CPU, so it's very possible it would be faster if you forked it and added a CUDA requirements text or whatever, you know, virtual environment. Easy to do. Right, let's look at the next one. What is it? Is it that one? Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's kind of cute. Kind of delicate. You can see what they've done when you look up close. So, stacking. It's very clever. But yeah. Interesting convo going on in the Discord right now. I'm going to let you guys... I'm not too bothered. If you guys want to use one of my narrative buckets, that's fine. They're supposed to be for demo. I can't enter. Just make sure you don't screw it up. No pressure. I would recommend that you make it your own, but you could always use the, you know, the spittoon and the ghostwriting theme with your own story characters. That would also work, you know. So it's sort of like if I release something, you know, my intention is that you get to customize it a little bit. For example, writing in the tower world with your own group of heroes using all my stuff, it's totally fine. Just change all the names and add yourself into the, you know, the party, you know, build. So if you build your own party of heroes in the tower world using my tower stuff, that's fine. I don't care, because that was what it's for, you know. I want people to do stuff like that. It's like if you just use it straight, that's different. You can change anything. Come on, man. You got to change something or come up with a narrative. Like, that's the fun part, surely. Oh, look at that. That came out real nice. Very plant-like. Okay. So that's non-flowers. Non-flowers CLI, everyone. Everybody, give it a hand. It's gone. She gone. We'll come back to Hermit, which is by that same guy, last. So now we're going to take a look at noise CLI. So I had a thought, right? All of this stuff, we've got all these different ways of generating noise. And I thought, what if we could generate noise using SVG? So I thought I'd look into that. So this is the result of that. So we obviously have a Python SVG noise pi, which we can run, and it will give us an SVG, which we can load, and hopefully it isn't broken. Oh, I can't drag from there. It's so annoying, man. Drag and drop, maybe. Okay, that doesn't look like noise to me. That just looks like a grey block. Let me just check the readme. It's large noise, turbulence, type turbulence. Right, let's try that. Let's try using one of the options. We get turbulence. If I don't see noise in it. Come on, show me the noise. Oh god, I just forgot. I keep dragging it out of there when you can't do that. And I'm like sat there waiting for something, it's never going to come. Yeah, that doesn't, that's not working, mate. How embarrassing. Okay, well, oh, you can't drag out of there. Breaking everything. Let me show you the demo. If this is a grey image, this is also a grey image. Cancel. Why do I get the feeling? Look inside of it, look inside of it. That's the inside of the file. It's got modes and stuff that you can, that's what I'm doing. I'm exposing the thing. Yeah. It's got a noise filter built into the image code, you know? So I'm trying to like allow you to use stuff. Because it's not working, and I'm not gonna be fixing it. I'm just gonna show you these because I prepared these just in case this happened. And it looks like even some of them broke. Ah, that broke. Oh well. This one's kind of broken too. The noise is there, but it's all white. It's white on white. So you can't really see what I'm trying to tell you. But, so like, look at this, like multicolor gradient noise would be really useful for certain things, like masking and generations and stuff. This is the final. This one here is like the combination of everything that I figured out is this type of noise, which is quite unique, but it's using, as it says, inline SVG with filters and gradients in multicolor, and you can see that's the code. So I'm going to post this website up. I think maybe... yeah, this one also is quite useful for explaining what we're talking about. So as you can see, the thing about SVG means you can do multicolor grainy gradients. So that means you've got way more control over how the noise is made. And I think that's got a whole bunch of uses in noise masking, keeping generations separate from different things on the screen, all that kind of stuff. This is just a sort of step. You wouldn't use it like this, but it shows you like the potential of, I think, how it could be used. Because you would generate the SVG programmatically according to your requirement and then overlay that over the image and then process that image to image instead. So it's like a image to image, it's like a noise injection, but we get to control the noise right down to, you know, you can see what I'm talking about. I hope. I don't know if I'll have the time to get around to it. Look, add movement to gradients. See, that's the other thing. You can do animation. See this? I don't know how useful this is, but it's possible to do animation in SVG. So surely that could be augmented for the purposes of a video guidance thing. But like I said, this is very much my research. Also, of course, we can add SVG text. Remember, I've been doing a bunch of stuff to do with text overlays and stuff. And you can see here. Let me see if I can zoom in on this more. So we've got grainy text because it is pushing through some of them. Because there's a gradient applied to the text as well. Doing some kind of overlay effect. And this one, the noise is actually changing when you mouse over it. Okay, Vignette and Spotlight effects, anyone? I think, like I said, I think there's some things here which are getting interesting, but anyway. I don't want to go on. So layering noise at different frequencies is the last experiment. So like I said, all this stuff works. It's kind of hard to explain how you'd apply it, but there it is. SVG noise.
Yeah, on the budget.
Okay, so we're doing really good on time. I'm like 10 minutes ahead. All right, that's cool. So it's time to say goodbye to SVG noise, everyone. Sorry, yeah, it was fun. We never really knew that. So lastly, in the SVG bit for CLI tools. Okay, all of these are up on GitHub. You can download them, fork them, use them for whatever you think you might be able to need them for. SVG Art Grid. I've always wanted to do this kind of modern future sound of London stuff, and I found a blog post by somebody from I think 2019 or 2021 or maybe even older than that, and he was talking about, or she, I don't know, he or she was talking about using generating SVG grids, okay, and it looked like that modernist design as it's written here. So, like I say, if I give you an example, there's an example. This is an open pose, an SVG open pose. That's an interesting one, Fernicar. I never even thought of that. That is an interesting one. I mean, technically they are vectors, but you'd have to teach it how to make the stick man. It would be cool, though, to be able to generate poses. Anyway, so, yeah, we have... This is the SVG, so it's generating a grid, and one of the grids is going to be bigger and have a large element inside it. Now there are some stacking issues, you can see there's some clipping going on, but I actually kind of like that. So I was like, I'm not going to fix it, it's fine. It's not, do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's not broken, sometimes it's a feature you get for free. For animation, the SVG animates the open pose in keyframes. Yeah, very clever. I'm just not sure how you would keep all the bones together. I'm sure there's a way to do it, though. Maybe it already knows how to do it, and we're just underestimating it. That's often what happens. So anyway, let's try this one out. So I want to show you this one working. Now, you're going to need SVG writing requests. So I'm not going to do a virtual environment for that. I'm just going to install it. Now, if you don't specify, this is a new thing I'm doing with all of my scripts, and I think it's a really good idea to get into the hang of. Often when you write Python scripts, it'll come with lots of options so that you can customize what the tool is doing, right? But and if you don't specify, it usually throws an error with a help message showing all of the help options. But I said, define default values for every option, okay? So then if the user decides to just run it like this, it'll just run with defaults. Yeah? I think that's the new one. So it'll just run with defaults, and then the user can still use it without... Do you know what I mean? I think it's a good idea. Is this thing actually going to open? I'm getting a bit annoyed with Illustrator just opening grey squares. Oh, I did the thing again! Man, you guys should hit the comments every time I keep doing this. It's like insanity. I keep dragging it from VS Code. Okay, so there we go. Check that out. It's a completely different style. It's got a different large element, yeah. Different color palette, right? So, I wonder if I can just overwrite it. Yeah, I think it just overwrite it. Okay, so can we refresh this? Can we reload it? I guess you just drag it in again from the folder. But yeah, I really like this sort of style. And the fact that you do it all with pure vector, it's nice, it's clean. Like, if I go to print preview as well, a lot of the mistakes, like you won't see this path or this path, they're cut off entirely. And the little triangle bits actually give it some randomness to it, which doesn't follow the pattern, you know what I mean? Where is that thing? Man, SVGs take so long to load. I'm going to have to just convert them back to PNG at the end. For the sake of speed. Did it even do anything? I swear I dragged it from the right thing and everything. Oh, I know why. It's because it's already open. So he's like, no, I've already got it. You haven't. There we go. Completely different this time. Isn't that cool? I love this thing. Now, obviously the first thing that I would do is add the code. So we're going to make a quick change here because this is great, but it's just overwriting itself. That's no good. So what we're going to do is give it a timestamp. Super simple. So double click on the thing and go into the prompt plan, and I'm just going to say we can improve the output file name handling to prevent new outputs overwriting old outputs. We can include an appended timestamp when writing the file name. Should be straightforward enough. So, while he's working on that, let's see how Comfy UI's getting on. Ooh, looks like he's finished. So from that, I've got a whole bunch of depth maps, but there's a problem. Depth Zenkai depth prompt, actually it comes with captions. It uses captions and there's a whitelist. So that means I do need to caption the image set first, and it was a complete waste of time to make them. Because I didn't do the captioning yet, right? So I've even got depth prompt waiting and everything, but it won't work because it needs to be paired. But this is like project number 1 right now, other than obviously paid work if you're one of my clients watching this. Also, hello there. But yeah, let's me just see now. If I go to open up this tab and then we're going to search workflows for caption. Oh my god. Come on, mate. There we go. Caption. Okay, video caption append 160. No, it's actually image 170, not video 160. That's a completely different thing. Okay, so here we go. So we've already been through the folder. Okay, we're happy with that. Now I have a prompt template as well. Okay. And if I go, yeah, it doesn't. The file names have absolutely no use to me. So yeah, we just select all and just say Sharona V3. What is it? Car V3. Go. Much better. That's part 1. Part 2, put the path in. We got it on 0 and increment. We're going to say Sharona car V2, and then remember we've got a repo all for this, by the way, the prompt structure for this character, and we're going to follow the exact same plan. Okay, so if you remember yesterday, we used a special approach that saves 75% of the token cost on generating new captions. So here we are again, and we're going to follow the same final template. Okay, so that means it's going to be depiction of a hunter-style cave woman. That'll be this bit here that we're messing with, right? So let's just make a text box so we can put that in and edit properly, right? So depiction of hunter-style cave woman, comma, space. Oops. Yeah. And then it's going to be her. Oh, it's not giving me the whole thing. Right, let's go into one of the things and just grab it ourselves. How annoying. Right. So it's the same thing we did the other day. Same idea, same process, right? So depiction of, yeah, let's just give it to there, and then from that point, it's gonna, I think it's gonna add the comma for us. Yeah, it is. We don't need the last comma. So that means that the prepend here, right? Yeah. And then we've also got an append, which is used for the last part of the prompt. So if we go to all the way to the end, it says here, watercolor style, graphic novel illustration, detailed ink line work. I'm going to include that this time. There. Go. Right then. So what it's going to do is it's going to run a bit of vision, and in the middle of the caption will be a description of what it thinks is going on in the image. And then that way what I have to do is I've got to go through and get rid of the repeated description for each one. That's what's up. So this is going to take a while. I'll probably just set it to 100 and just let it rip while we're doing other things. Yeah, 0. So yeah, 100, because there's more than 100 images. So what we'll do, we'll let that run, and that'll give us the captions for the images. And then what I'll do is I'll literally just swap out the depth map for the images. That's what we're doing. The only thing I don't remember is how did I make the depth prompt creator? Ah, yeah. So we save it with the original file name, and then I've probably got a script to like change it to _m or whatever the hell the model expects. _d probably. Unless it's just a straight pair, because like I said, I make this one quite a while back now. Right, depth prompt system. So we're basically turning the best mid-journey images into a depth prompt type system. So we have to caption all of those mid-journey images first. So we'll set this guy to work on that. I'll just give it the first 100 and let it get to work. And I can worry about the rest later. Right, I think we're overdue for something I like to call coffee time. we used to use the Spectrum and the Amstrad. We used to hate vector graphics, he says. Fernicar says, SVG open pose generator for animation. The SVG animate the open posing keyframes. Dragon says you would need to use IK to keep the bones together. Fernicar says you need to give it 2 real open poses and the generator interpolates the open pose. ABBA. Yeah, you've got some cool ideas there. The funny thing is, I've tried all of them out and they just explode or fall apart. But it doesn't mean that it's not a good idea to solve. All you've got to do is come up with an experiment that proves whether a method will work or not, and it might be the solution. Often it's just having the time to sit there and test the idea out is all that's needed. It's one of those things. I prefer to call it discovery rather than invention, because anybody could discover it. You know what I mean? It's a bit different. Like an invention is a design that you had. A discovery is a thing that anybody could have found, you know? Because it's sort of like, you know, if I find something which works and I share it with everyone, like I said, to me, it's a discovery. Or it was a discovery. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't invent it. Anybody could have found it out. But that's the point, though. You end up having a claim to the prospect, I guess. But that doesn't mean it's, like, unique. There's a lot of parallel development that goes on, and a lot of the time you'll have 6 different names for the same thing, because people made the same thing in parallel, but, you know. Like how the telephone was invented on both sides of the Atlantic by 2 different inventors completely separately at the same time, you know? Was it Graham Bell and Marconi? I don't know. But yeah, AI is a little bit like that. It's an undiscovered country. It's a new frontier for tech. There are lots of things out there. Not many low-hanging fruits, unfortunately. Most of them have been picked, but the stuff that requires a little bit more effort is often left to the community to figure out. So, it's worth bearing in mind. Right then, we're back. Welcome everybody. We are currently captioning the Midjourney Omni images. Right now, these images aren't going to get trained directly. They're going to go through a process of image to image or text to image using this as a depth map. All right. I've used the process multiple times. The question is, how bad are the captions going to be? But yeah, we've got a whole bunch of different solutions. I will just lay it out real quick. So, here we are. Here we go again. Hour 2. So, we start off with an image. Why is it doing this to me? I need to get my marker pen. So we start off with an image, right? I need to have a better... I'm just going to use a square, right? We start off with an image. Image. You can make that with Midjourney, you can download it, you can take a picture with a camera, doesn't matter. Right? So we started off with an image. We took it into Midjourney. I am going to write MJ. Took it into MJ. The images came out of there and they went into Flux, baby. Flux Laura. Okay. Now, what happens next? Well, we then used the same images, the original. So we've trained a Flux style with the MJ. Now we do image to image plus depth. I'm just going to say DEP because this one's annoying to write. Okay, plus depth. So, yeah. Image to image plus depth, and then train that as the character. So the top line is the style, bottom line is the character. So we're doing image to image with photos, all right? But the problem was, of course, the character style was all over the place. Too much variation, right? And so what we've done is we've just done successive loops, right, of curation and retraining to get it more consistent. So then we ended up with character V2, which is way more consistent than character V1. Okay, and we don't even need the style model anymore either, but we are still using the style model, right, to reinforce the style. So then we go back into MJ for MJ round 2 with the results of the character model 2. Okay, so back into MJ. Okay, but this time we're not going back to flux. This time we're going to a depth prompt model. So D E P DEPPROM blah 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 blah. Depth prompt. Kind of hard to say it. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to say a box which says DP badly. That'll do. Right. So OP. Yeah, sure. So we've converted the new mid-journey to depth prompt. All right. So then the last thing is to actually use the same character model, and it will be T2I plus DP. Okay. Because this is like a data set now that we can use to augment this, and then I can make sure that every generation is following this silhouette and this description. And then the last part, of course, is to curate the best images, and you've got your final character model that will be like, it'll be like, because the thing is, the reason you often will see superhero models, right? And they're extremely consistent because they actually are photos of a person wearing the same outfit. You see what I mean? But if you got like a cosplay Supergirl and the real Supergirl and you train both images, it would make like a billion variations between those two ideas, those two designs. So what we're doing is we are literally whittling down through curation and retraining. All right? So yeah, it's much better. It's definitely getting there. Like I say, these are guides, and I think that my model will end up producing the consistent character, but because of this control, you know, it's always going to be the same as what's in these images. So then I've got control over that. It's going to be doing that for a while, so let's get back to what we were doing. Art grid. So what's this? Oh yeah, we were going to do the timestamps. Right, so in case you weren't here when we were doing that, basically this is the timestamps on the art grid, which is an SVG based generator of this. I love it. It's so cool. Look, see, it just generates. It's so clever. You see, it's so clever how it's done. Love it. So, I mean, the obvious thing I can think of for this is I could generate 1920 by 1080 and then put a bunch of elements over the top, and then you've got a unique background for YouTube thumbnails. It's going to be different every time, and if that's not eye-catching, I don't know why. Come on. I might do it. I might even do it. We'll see. I'm willing to try everything out, you know what I mean? We don't have to do it forever. Look at you with the silliness. How about we just do it ourselves? Huh? Oh, it's being stupid. Right. Right, now, did it do the thing? Yes, it did. And look at it. It's so cool. To me, it just looks like a website. But it is XML code, right? So let's just drop this in here. Maybe. Huh? What? There's no way that's... Oh, crap. Do you know what I'm doing? I did it again. I've got so many windows open now because of this stupidity. Right, come on. I'm just trying to test the output here. Whoa! That's sick. Wow. It seems like it's bigger without... Did I ask for it to be bigger? Anyway, let's check out the options we have. So we have rows, columns, square size, output file, seed, palette file. So I made it so, well, I don't know actually, I might not have made it so. It might be that this was part of the system, but it's what I would have done anyway, you know. Default fetch from URL. Interesting. Does that mean that it can pick a URL from looking at a picture? I don't know. I've not tried it. Palette file. Okay, well, also, we have palette index. So, see, default is random. See what I mean with the defaults? You see, this is what I'm talking about. Normally, when you pick up a tool like this, you have to actually put all this stuff in. And I'm like, listen, if I want to make an agent do this stuff, I need an auto mode. You know what I mean? Where it can just do the thing and not have to pass anything, and it will just do something, so you can prove it works, right? And then you can get it more fancy, trying to pass more variables, right? But yeah, as you see here, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and like I said, it has defaults anyway. So if we go col6, you've got to reproduce only specific style, disable big block, custom output, custom color file. Right. Do I even have any? I don't think I've even got any color files. Does it give an example of? Yeah, it does. 5 hex color codes. An array of arrays where each inner array contains 5 hex codes. Oh. Maybe I can get LLM to make me a bunch of them. But yeah, so you can make custom ones. It would have been nice if I'd included like an example of a custom. Let's ask him to do it. Reject, to plan, new prompt. Okay. Let's ask him to do it, because he kind of phoned it in there, didn't he? Hey, Full Dive. Hope you're doing well, mate. Thanks for asking. Appreciate you. Okay, so here we go. We can generate a few example, what are they called? Custom color palettes in .json, writing them to the /custom folder, creating it if it does not exist. Okay. Ooh. Read at readme more information about this system of custom config files for color palettes. Okay, and we are working with at SVG artgrid.py. Ah crap, I missed it somehow. Okay, let's go. Couldn't be easier. So yeah, like I say, what we're going to do, like here we go, look at this, he's created a thing there. Let's make another one. I want to make a big one. Where's the one which has got the size? Oh, it's only got like rows. Does it not have one where you can specify like the size of it? I guess it's SVG, isn't it? So what the hell am I talking about, Johnson? Let's do 16 by 9. You know what I mean? So columns 9 rows. No. On 16 columns and 9 rows. If they're square, that was fast. Is it that one? No, it's this one. Oh, you can't. Keeps trying to drag it out of VS Code like you can do that. It's the other way around. But the thing is, great, look at middle block sucks. The middle block sucks. We'll have to do it again. I'm trying to make a poster. You see what I'm doing? Hang on. Let's go again. I'm going to make a portrait poster. 9 to 16. Can't do it from there, mate. Okay. Wow. That's cool. So if I was to... Can we do a print template? And then we can do... A few more. I want A3. Oh man, I haven't done any of this stuff. It's not for a book though. It should be fine. Oh, yeah. It's fine. Okay. And Control A. I don't think it works like that. Maybe it does work like that. Oh my goodness, you can actually do that. Wow, look how big it actually is. Excuse me. Come on, where's the middle? That's not the middle, is it? Oh, okay. You'd think that was the middle, wouldn't you? No, wait. There? No, not at all. Man, it's snapping to all kinds of stuff. I think I got it though. No, it's still off. But here's the thing. If I was to... Can't I just make it, scale it uniformly? And just... Oh man, it's going to be a pain in the arse, isn't it? Oh, hang on a second. Give me a second. I'll be right back. And we're back. It's not every day I get a... well, it's not every day I get my brother coming in with 40-year-old pictures of me. So, yeah, that was cool. Right, so... Yeah, it's kind of annoying because the bottom cuts off there. Yeah, that is tricky, that is. Because it's almost like, you know, you can't... If you want it, this type of thing, you want it to be square, right? And it doesn't fit. It's the bottom line. It doesn't fit. You see what I mean? I mean, I suppose I could do it like that, and it kind of cuts off the same. Ah, there's actually a white line there. Crap. I knew it was going to be annoying. No. Oh, what is it snapping to? Okay, well, it's over the edge. It's not there, though. Oh, come on, man. Hey, okay, right. So we got a snap there. We've got a snap there. We're not going to get the bottom line. You can't. I'd have to make it all... It wouldn't be square. Okay. So if I now print that... What? What do you mean? Oh crap! Here we go. We've never done print from this from Illustrator before, so this is going to be fun. Defined by driver. No, we're going to tell it it's A3. Print layers do not scale. It should be right up to the edge, and then the margin is going to kill me, but that's fine. I don't care about that. The question is, we want to do print to the edge. To the edge. Man, it makes me hungry whenever I hear the word edge, because Pizza Hut did an edge pizza once. It was round, but they chopped it into lots of squares like a checkerboard grid, and it had twice the number of toppings and half the amount of bread, and now I'm starving. My God, it's too good for this world. Okay. What do you mean minimum resolution? No. High resolution. Let Illustrator determine. We should be letting the printer do that. Ah, here we go, look. ET550 series photo glossy. Wait, what's going on here? Rec. sRGB. Should be sRGB, really. But I'm tempted to mess around with all this now. Because I think I've got premium glossy. I think that's what I'm actually running. So what was it? It's running Okay, let's just leave it on that. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna put some paper on. Let's see, is it going to wake up? Open sesame. Oh. Oh. I think it's working, guys. Alright, that'll be interesting. Okay. So anyway, babba-da-boop. Let's move on to the next thing. So yeah, like I said, it makes these, and you have control over it, and obviously you can fork the code and add more controls over it if you want. There it is. All right, so let's get on with it. Next, it's quite funny. It's just like delete. Oh wait, hang on, don't do that yet. I gotta let it print first. I'm still printing that file. Hang on. See, now that file is instantly valuable because you can't ever print it again. Right, oh, it's done. It didn't print up to the edge, guys. I would use Photoshop. Hang on. Dude. That's a winner. Give me a sec. That is a winner. When they say, oh, AIR, they were making programmatic AR for years. What are you talking about? So hang on a sec, let me just take a picture of this. There we go. I'm going to put it up on the Discord real quick. Boop, doop, doop, doop. Yeah, you can delete it now. Now it's one of a kind. Never make it again. Oh wait, I need to close Illustrator as well, otherwise I could make more of them. No. There you go, guys. It's one of a kind. One of one. I'll put it on my poster shop, yeah? I joke, but there will be one. There will be one eventually. But I want to make high quality posters. This is a bit small, you know. You couldn't even ship it, you know. I still need to figure all that stuff out. So let's go to image sharing. There we go. And on back. Let's bring up that picture. Oh yeah, by the way, I never mention it. You are listening to my tunes. They're on Spotify and they're playing on my radio station. That's what we use for the stream. So yeah, this actually, the photo doesn't do it justice. It's really sharp. Any jagged lines you're seeing aren't real. And the black line across the screen, I think, is because I dropped my phone. I've got a claim on the insurance already, have you, Johnson? But yeah, like I said, this is super clean. You can actually see the clock on the laptop going through it. That's not... The colours are really nice as well. It's like pastel. It's not as intense as this photo makes it look. It's much more muted. Kind of nice set of colours on, to be honest. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot more pastel. The oranges and the reds are almost like pink and cerise. But yeah, like I said, this is actually really nice. I think I'll probably give this away to a friend. All right, frame it, sign the back, 1 of 1. That's the sort of stuff everybody needs to be doing. Yeah, think about it. Journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. So take the first step. All right. So that was beautiful. I love it. Came out real nice. So let's cap it off with a little bit of pie game. I love to give you guys good examples of stuff which I find. Now this is really nice because it was human in loop. This isn't AI. This is originally written in Python 2, but it does show you what you can do. So let's jump in. Enter. CD space permit. And I love this thing. It's so atmospheric, and it's just Pygame, guys. Pygame only, right? So Python. Now it didn't work. It was broken because it was written in Python 2. But that also brings us to the point of old stuff can be fixed by AI, right? Unmaintained repos. You can fix them. You can update them. I've done it a bunch of times. Yeah. Torch enabling stoof. Oh, I forgot to do the install. Sorry guys, that's my bad. Okay, this is my bad. I forgot to do the install. Where is it? I gotta do pip install pygame. That's my bad. Pygame. I type too fast because I'm like on fire, and so I forget to. I need to slow down basically. I figured it out. I'm going too fast. Okay, so you can't really see this, so let's see if we can't. I don't know. Can you read? Ah, you can't resize it. All right. So, right. So here we go. You can see this game. I know it's super small on the screen right now, guys, but this is a very simple implementation of a depth-based game. This is the same guy that did all the SVG stuff, so this is going to be generative. So you are a guy. You can hold the left arrow to fire arrows. Okay. I think, are we supposed to try and... Oh, I think I hit a bird. Oh, nice. I hit 2 birds. Sick. You can press the down arrow. Oh. Oh. It's a stag. Oh, you can't do that, so, alright. I can drink with the down arrow, and I can press up and ride the horse. So it's just a infinitely right-scrolling thing where you're like a hermit and you ride your horse about, drink, fire arrows, and get on and off your horse. That's it. But if you notice, there's a lot of stuff going on here. There's the reflections on the water. There's all the birds and the deer. There's the trees, various different layers of trees. It has an FPS calculator. It's running 133 FPS right now. Okay, the birds react to me. And so the reason I brought it up, because I was like, one, it's an example of old software which was given away for free. The author's not likely to, you know, why would he come back and maintain it? You know what I mean? And so, you know, when you find stuff like that, you can use AI to actually like fix it up, give it a polish and make it ready for now. Yeah. Also, if you're interested in coding with, it's parallax scrolling as well. Yeah, that's right, Dragon. So also this gives you a blueprint to start off with if you like this kind of game. It's an infinitely side scrolling, you know, all you have to do is put in some triggers and events and you could have like enemies and boss and different level design. This is the template for quite a cool game. Yeah. I'm not trying to tell you I'm about to tell you how to do that. I'm just saying you could look at the code in this repo or give it to an AI and ask it to do different things with it. You see what I mean? So, you know, this is one of the reasons why I thought it was worth updating and adding to the collection. All right, guys. Like I said, that one was easy, you know. How are we doing on the captions? We're done? Well, that's a lie, because there's another... How many are there to go? 886, so I need to put 86 here. And let it keep going. Okay, so it's doing good, but it ain't done yet. And I'll have to redo the depth, because the file names have changed. It's fine. It doesn't take long. Okay. Back to what we were doing. So yeah, like I said, it was fun showing you the SVG things. These are like random projects that I just made over the weekend for fun. Okay, they're all on my GitHub. You can find them on github.com/mushroomfleet. All right. What's that? Can we enter that game into a competition? I mean, sure, I guess. Yeah, idle games are very popular on mobile. But like I said, it's just a bit of fun. Because you're not going to be selling Pygame, you know what I'm saying? Well, okay, I don't know you, but whatever. So let's just kill this one. And then what do we got? So remember Sharona Advanced? I uploaded the whole thing as a repo to show how you can use this approach to generate prompts. 75% savings on LLM token cost, right? So showed how you do it. Let's see, let me just get to the meat of it. So, traditional prompt generation requires rewriting the entire character description and style information for each new prompt. By separating these components, token efficiency, the fixed components, character description, prompt type and style are defined once in the code rather than repeated 200 times. So, all those tokens get done once, not 200. So it's probably more than 75%, but that's like a rough estimate. It's at least 75% reduction in cost, yeah? Because we divide the job into components that are going to be anything that's going to get repeated without change is a component that doesn't need to be involved. And that makes your request shorter, so, you know, smaller token windows as well, right? And then the AI only generates the bit it needs to. It still has all the context, but it knows not to repeat that because we're going to put it together ourselves in the end. Okay. And like I said, it went from 200,000 tokens to 50,000 tokens. So it's a real-world reduction of 75%. So yeah, all you do, it's a token optimization, which involves, like I said, it's component-based token optimization. So stuff that's repeated doesn't get tokenized over and over again. You just reuse those tokens. It's the same idea as a textual inversion had, where instead of typing in lots and lots of words and tokenizing them every time, you had a pre-tokenized file that contained those words. So that way you didn't need to do the computation every time. Okay? So. So I might even take this further, but at the moment this is like accessible. Sometimes when you take things further, they become inaccessible because they get too technical or too specific. This is something that anyone can do, you know. Figure out what the output is for the job you're doing. If there are parts of it which are repeated, try to exclude them from the output, and it'll save money. Save money, save time, same result. So yeah, right. So yeah, like I said, we used the prompts to make the mid-journey. The mid-journey images are getting turned into depth plus prompts with new descriptions based on what was actually made, not what we asked for. That's an important thing. Sometimes what you're asking for is like a wish and a prayer, and you might get some of it. Because there were no tribal shamans. There were no tribal shamans harvesting metals. That didn't happen. So if I was to just use the prompt, it wouldn't work. So we have to redescribe. So that's what we're doing right now. So we redescribe in depth, make a data set out of that, and then we drive a text to image depth control net with prompts that match the depth. Now that's the next thing. I did a short on this, which is coming out soon. The idea is simple. If you have captioned depth maps, you can use a whitelist. So then I can say, I want a depth map for... So if I had a depth map for a desert and a depth map for the grassy field, if I just load them randomly, it won't match the prompt. But if I'm pulling the prompt with a whitelist, I can use tagging, and I can say I want only desert depth maps, and it will pull me desert depth maps with the matching prompt. That's why this is a really interesting system. But anyway, let's see now. I can close this one now. This one will be ready soon. So what will happen is I'll end up with a bunch of prompts. Sorry, a bunch of caption tags, which will go in with these. And then I'll make a copy of it, and I'll exchange these images for the same named depth maps. And then that's done. And then it's ready to use. So we're going to say 1. And hopefully the combination of this as guidance combined with the trained style will give us a really consistent set of images for the V3 character train. And also I'll be able to continuously use with, you know, future versions will be driven by this as well. So it's quite interesting actually how it can get quite advanced. And then the idea would be to recaption and describe the next generation. Yeah. I do wonder what the effect of the old style model. It might be that I got to update the style model as well. Because if I'm being honest, you know, I don't think it's going to cover it, because originally the style model was quite basic, and we've got some really nice environments now. But typically what I do is I go back into Midjourney, I'll do something like this. So let's say this one, no, let's say this environment here, right? I'll go in here and we will say... There. I'd probably do something like that, but it's tough because you can't have any of this stuff. Yeah, it's not going to work. Here's the flaw. Watch. Because I don't want a person, right? I don't want a person. But the style reference was from images with people. So yeah, this will be interesting. And the thing is, the profile as well. Oh no. I broke it. Hang on. Got to take the OW out. Because I just want backgrounds now, you see? But I doubt they'll be in the same style. I'll be lucky if they are, because it is wrapped. It is wrapped by a pre and a prefix and a suffix. No, it's lost the plot, look. And that's not even close to what I'm making. It's like completely new. Yeah, because obviously we took away all the guidance, because it worked because we had all the guidance. Not, these images aren't bad, it's just not, do you know what I mean? It's we've gone to a new dimension of artwork here. It's nice though. Look, I like the details with the hatching and the way the colours are done. I like this type of artwork, but it's just a bunch of cabbages. Do you see what I mean? Strange plants grow from soil mixed with technological debris. I'm not seeing it, mate. You know, like sometimes cool prompt, bro, but it's not going to hook into anything. See, this is like trying so hard to figure out what I'm asking. That's the closest thing, and it's like it's not the same art style. So. Bottom line, that ain't gonna work. Shame. Never mind. And that's again where your stuff, the approach that we use, is actually a little bit better, because we're able to do that. Right, we're able to actually just say, oh, only the background, please, and no humans, and there won't be any people there. I mean, I suppose I could have tried saying no humans in the prompt, right? But that's not what we're trying to do. So, let me see. So these are some of the images we got, which we are making the depths for in a minute. These are the models, these are the images we're captioning. So obviously I'm going to go through those captions and curate them down. All right. Man, it took so long to get through the SVG stuff. This is why I said let's do it all as a full thing tomorrow. So what is next? We've got 2 more. All right. In fact, I don't think... Right, I've had enough of SVG stuff for tonight, alright? I'm cancelling the SVG, the SVG Sweet Nodes feature. We'll do it tomorrow at the beginning of the stream tomorrow. Because, like I say, it's 21 nodes. There's 21 nodes. I don't know if you guys have seen the workflow. I think I have shown it. It's probably not even on this computer, is it? Yeah, it's not even on this computer. Alright, cool. Yeah, there's like all kinds of different styling nodes for SVG. So the fun with SVG will continue tomorrow. We'll dump that. Shuffle it. And because I want TINS 2.0 to be the main focus, it's going to take an hour. We're going to do that tomorrow as well. So if you were waiting for that tonight, I do apologise. So we run out of time. I spend too long explaining all the other stuff. That's my trouble. So yeah, that's just the way it's got to be. I've only got 15 minutes left tonight. But we do have time to take a look at Describe Anything, which comes from the Segment Anything team. Okay? So this is also up on my GitHub. And what I've decided to do is add an extra feature. Now, I did have a bit of an issue here. For some reason, there's no matching torch. I don't know where that error's come from. So we're just going to have a go at fixing that, and then we can do the demo. I don't know why it's like broken CUDAs. It's always my favourite thing, broken CUDA. So I think this one has CUDA. Nope. It does not. No. Damn CLI. See, I already had. Yes. Rizagrin radio. Requirements for Rizagrin radio. There we go. Now that's what I need in my life right here. The fix. So do that, and then do this. Yes. Nice and loose, see, because it trips up on the wrong version of Vision, so you just don't specify. Okay, so It's looking good now. Let's try it again. What? Permission denied? Huh? What? What's going on? What are you talking about, Willis? Permission denied. Python. Eh? Is there a problem with the Python? It looks fine. Very, very strange. I mean, it seems to be working. Maybe I'll ask him about that. It's a weird one I've not seen before. Let's ask him. Okay. When I run at install dot installed. Hang on a minute. Oh no, that's correct. This isn't a custom node. Right. When I run install that, I receive this error. Yeah. Tell me more. The cabbages. Killer cabbages. Nice. Battle of the Planets. What's this? Checkpoints is taking too long? Well, how about we just don't do that? There. I don't use them anyway. Get rid of it. Chuck it out. Yeah, I've never seen a permission error for Python when running on my virtual environment before. Strange. Run as administrator is their suggestion. Not a bad opening gambit. Run command as administrator. If that doesn't work, try manually creating the VNV. So maybe something went wrong with creating the VNV. Alright. Let's have a look at the install file. So it says creating virtual environment, Python VNV. Call VNV. Wait a minute. Can you actually call on, I don't know, can you call on Windows? I think you can. I don't normally do it like that. But then this is for portable Python. Which is kind of similar, but not really. It's still installing, by the way. We're not doing nothing. We're also still describing. Seems to be going well. When you talk about Battle of the Planets, it makes me think about this cartoon I vaguely remember about killer tomatoes. Giant killer tomatoes from outer space. I was like, what? But hey, you know. Oh, my pip is like ridiculously out of date. Let's do that. There you go. Alright, so now my pip's updated. Are we good? Yep, we're good. Right, cool. So, next. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We fixed that. I can probably, well, we'll make sure it works first, yeah? Yeah, I don't even remember how to start the damn thing. Open the README. Okay, so we clone repository URL, and there's no AI here, guys. We do pip install requirements CUDA, which we did, and that's done now. Because the install bat defaults to requirements CUDA and recommends running it manually for CPU. That's how I've done it. A little bit strange, maybe, but it's so weird. Oh, it's Linux instructions. Got it right. Anyway, Yeah, all right, keep going. Right, and then obviously you do Python script dam download NVIDIA dam 3 billion video, which I've already done. It's about 5-6 gigabytes. And it, like I said, dam 3 billion is... Do you know what? I don't think it's actually Eagle, guys. It is NVIDIA, but it's an older model that's been fine-tuned by Segment Anything team. So I looked into it a bit more. I was wrong. And what I've done is I've changed it. So I've focused on only the video. So this is a video... I should have explained that. It's a video captioning tool that I've built, all right? Which uses Describe Anything. Now, once you've downloaded the model, you can use this script. So it goes Python scripts, dam describe, video file, path to video, and then a points list. And I was annoyed by this. Anyway, let's keep going. So you can do it with a bounding box as well. But I was like, you know, I don't know where the thing is, right? It's vision. Why can't it figure it out? But the whole point is that this system allows you to mark areas of interest in the video, and then it will track it. So if it's a person walking across the road, it'll mask the person and it'll describe that only, not the whole thing. So what I did was I came up with an auto system, because I didn't want to be like having to include this every time I did a command, okay? So what it does is it just automatically goes to the center of the screen. So if you use auto, it'll just put a point to the middle of the video, and it'll describe and track what was in the middle. So if you've got a person starting on the right and they walk across, it probably isn't going to mark that person. But if the person's in the middle of the screen, it will, right? So that's the idea. And then by segmenting the video down to a reasonable length, you should be able to use this to describe video. This is what I'm trying to use it for. You can also use it with bounding boxes. You can also use it with a directory of frames. You can also use it with a config file for an even more customized operation. Okay, and here's an example of how to do the JSON file. So you save a JSON file like this. It includes all the stuff, the output path, the input path. I don't know why it says frames, but it should just be a video. There's also the actual prompt, yeah? Given the video in the form of a sequence of frames, describe the object in the masked region in the video in detail. Okay? What's that? 8 frames, 9 images? No, it's 8 images here. So God knows, but sure, right? Okay. And this is my update, where it uses an auto mode if you want. So just the middle of the screen. Okay? So these are the actual options you can use. You can do all kinds of stuff with this tool. It's actually crazy. But what I want to use it for is very specific. Okay? So prompt mode, focal prompts. Anyway, there's loads of options in this thing. It's crazy. But anyway, I think we've got it running now. Yeah. So I want to test out the auto mode because it might be broken. I haven't even tested it yet. I literally just made the change the other day. So let's just take this and put that there, and then we'll just get a new get a path to a video file. Why don't I just drop a video file in here somewhere? We'll do that. It's faster. I have to rename it. What the hell's going on in here? Swarm, what the hell? This freaking Mid-Journey everywhere. Okay, what's this? It's a little dance. They're all little dances on a green screen. Good times. All of the stuff is gone. I had to clean it out to make space. So that means it will be in here in the MP4 folder. Harmonica Shore. Yeah, we'll do this one. Put that there. What? What do you mean it couldn't be accessed? What, do I have to do it myself, huh? Shut up. This might be damaging. You're kidding me. Has he blocked it as well? Windows is such a nanny sometimes. Nope, it hasn't blocked it though. Alright, fine. So IG video. Right, here we go. IG video dot MP4. Why is it not typing? Oh man, that's just something else, isn't it? IG video dot MP4. Hopefully I'm in the right folder. Alright. Unable to import from installed DAM package. That's not a good sign. Let's see if it can do it. Failed. What? Hold up. How is the DAM package not? Hold up. What's going on here? Why is the DAM package not available? This runs on my... Yeah, it's not there. Yeah, there's something missing. Hang on. Right. We will get to the bottom of this. Describe anything original. It's only showing mine. It's just showing mine. Damn. Okay, we'll find it. We'll find it. Code. Pip install. Wait, what? But hang on a minute. Isn't that installing their entire GitHub? See? I think I figured out why it doesn't work. They're using look, they're using a development environment build instructions. That's crazy, dude. Okay, so I know how to fix this, but it's kind of funny how you have to do it. I have to do pip install v to my virtual environment after cloning this. You can install it without cloning. All right, we'll try doing it that way. Okay? So in order to do that, let's go to the install bar. You see it says installing thing, new line thing. In fact, it should do it first. That's what it said. Do it the other way around. So what else does it want? That's the other way of doing it. So okay, that wasn't okay. Cool. I think this is better. It's that one where it's like the old ways. Just install this folder, please. Anyway, hopefully this is a bit better. We'll see what happens. Let's run. Install. Still getting permission denied on that. I suppose I could just drop the VMV and just install it to the system. It's definitely installing something right now, which is a good sign. Because normally, if it's installing a bunch of stuff, we needed that. Grade Maid, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm okay. We're slowly. It's like people don't notice it, right? It's a bit like a frog in a pot. So like, I'll start off making all these different projects, and we go round and round and round and round and round, and we're kind of like doing 5% progress to each bit as we go round, you know. And so what happens is, you know, like halfway through, it kind of looks like nothing is happening, and it's just all these disjointed projects. But just before they're finished, suddenly they all just land at once. So it's kind of like a little bit of a backflip. You just got to tuck and keep rolling. Okay, so let's see if we got this now. Here we go. Now there's still a lot more work to do, even if this works. Yeah, that's a good sign. It's doing it. Yeah, it's doing it. Oh, wait, something broke there. Did you see that? Did I like kill Comfy UI by accident? From no? Oh, this is finished. Okay, what happened there? It did loading checkpoint shards and then it gave up. Ain't no way it actually did the thing. I'm not seeing any output, so let's try it again. Maybe it's broken. Maybe my points auto thing doesn't work. Does the same thing. Yeah, I think maybe it's broken. Right, well, the way to find out is to specify the points again like normal. I'll just use these ones, whatever they are. They're not the middle of the screen, I can tell you that. So points underscore list. I just need to see it actually work. Wait, what the hell? Points auto list. Oh man, it didn't copyright. Right, points list. What the hell? What's going on? Why is it blue? Okay. Just crashes. Oh, I think I broke it. Luckily, what happens is I don't actually put stuff up online until it's working. So whenever you see me doing stuff and it breaks, this isn't the version that you're downloading, you know? And it could be any kind of reason. Alright, fine. I admit defeat. For now. The battle may be lost, but the war is never over. I'll hit him twice tomorrow with this one. Yeah. See, what I'm doing, for the record, is I'm trying to find a way to build my own custom video description tool. So I can get an agent to look at the results and then do all of the video highlighting stuff for free. Because at the moment you've got to pay, because you've got to use big LLM in the cloud, and I don't think I've been looking at what it actually does, and generally it's taking the video and dumping 8 images, describing the images, and then using the transcript to provide context for the sequence of image descriptions. So when you actually break that down into English, what that means is he's using Whisper to get a script with timestamps. Okay? And then he's dumping 8 images, which he describes like a captioning tool. So he's doing image captioning, right? And then the timestamp script plus the descriptions, that gives him everything he needs to know to describe the whole video, apparently, right? And I think that the best agents take more frames, but ultimately it's just frames. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to actually work with video and then have the ability to say, see the car in that video? Tell me about it. See that person on that stage? Tell me about him. And it will describe what he's doing for that video clip. And then ultimately, by automating all of this as tool use, you end up with an agent that can watch a video and give you highlights, clips. So yeah, I mean, that's what I've been doing for the last couple of days, getting all of that ready. So you're going to start, it's going to be like a deluge, guys. I don't even know, like the amount of shorts that I'm getting out of my live streams, because obviously the live streams are like, I can only do the first 2 hours at the moment because it takes time to actually like process all the clips I get from the system. But it's like, man, I think I got 32 clips out of 1 2-hour segment of a live stream that was 4 hours long. So it's like, it's just a gold mine, and even with AI, it's expensive because there's so much content. But yeah, essentially you're going to get loads of clips pointing to live stream content, basically. Loads of them. I don't even, yeah. But it's nice because it means that it gives the main channel videos a little bit more time to be made, and so they can be a bit better. I can put more time into the main channel. Obviously the live streams aren't going anywhere, we've got to keep it up. So that is that done. The captioning's done. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the depth again. So let me just go to the next tool. Depth set creator. So we need 100 up here. And we're going to say depth 2. Put this to 0. And that's 186. Once it's caught up, and so it's going to save all the depth maps. Right, so now if I go into my curation folder, here she is. So that's curation stage. Okay, so if I duplicate this folder and call it depth set, so I'll say, Sharona, what was it? Sharona V3 depth, yeah? So in there at the moment, all it is all the images, okay? So now we're going to do a little switcheroo. So we come into the output, we go into the Qwen25, we go into the V2. So there it is, those are the images. We take the thing, filter it by type, grab all the text files. Okay, copy those. And we're going to drop these in here. And as you can see, if we put it on name, that is now a data set of text pairs. Everything's matched, right? You can tell by the striping. Yeah. So, the next thing, of course, is to swap out all these images for depth maps. So if I show you what that looks like, they won't be finished in time, but I can show you what it looks like. So go into the depth, so you take these 4 images here. Right, I've got to do my special trick. So I've got a script that will remove this, okay? The underscore whatever 1.png. Excuse me. And I gave the script away over on my Git. I think it's in DJZ workflows. Let me just find out. Probably in examples, in the depth prompt creator. Yeah, there it is. Rename images v2. Because obviously I know this is a problem, right? So I'm not going to leave you guys stuck in the dirt. So there we go, we've shut that there. So if I put the script in this folder, when I run this script, wait. We're in the wrong folder. Hold on. We're supposed to be in this one. There we go. So when I run this script, what it's going to do is it's going to remove the underscore 1 part. That's all it does. See? It looks for the numbering that Comfy does and gets rid of it. And then it will actually match. Because we're only doing one of each. 103, 104, 105, 106, right? So obviously then when we go and put this back, it'll actually overwrite this. Yeah, so here, I'll take an example. If I just edit this one manually, yeah? Like that. Copy and paste. It's going to overwrite that one file. And now we have a depth map instead of an image. Yeah? Now, You might be thinking, well, what if I want to use the image and the depth map? And that's a very valid question, but I've got a different node for that called Zenkai Control Prompt and a different workflow that makes a much more comprehensive tool. So obviously these are the feeding IP adapter, control net, all these sorts of things. But let me just show you and you will understand instantly what I'm talking about because it's really straightforward. If I say Zenkai Control Prompt, this is the most advanced version of this. So obviously I have a workflow that'll take your data set, keep the prompt, and then convert that image and keep it into image, a mask made with RemVG, a depth made with whichever, I think I'm using depth anything too. Pose is done with DW pose, and canny I think is done with line art edge detection. And so then, once you put the resulting data set in here, you can then have, you know, you can use any or, you know what I mean? As many as you need. All or one or two, whatever, it doesn't matter. The difference with control prompt is it uses a blacklist. So you put tags in here for what you don't want, and the tags are derived from your captions, you see. Now, if I go to the one that we're working on right now, depth prompt is a bit different because, as I said, depth prompt has a whitelist. Again, using your prompt. So if in your prompt you have added tags or words that you can you can filter by the words you use to describe. So if I say I only want desert, yeah, it's only going to pull images out and depth maps and prompts which are containing the word desert. And so in that way, you know what the depths are for and they don't mismatch. Because the biggest problem with a lot of control net is it's like, I have a jungle and I type desert because it's a randomizer. And then it looks weird or doesn't work. So this aligns things a little bit better. Okay? Grade Made, did you make a video to how to create an avatar like the one you use on your video? No, I never have. I turned it into an Easter egg hunt. The tutorial on how to make my avatar is hidden in multiple pieces, literally like like a treasure hunt. So you will find clues in the first video ever made on this channel and at the beginning of many of the live streams. And, you know, when there wasn't much content, they were easy to find. Now, not so easy. But I tell you what, I'm going to do another little feature right now because we're near the end of the stream and most people would have had to, like, actually watch the whole thing to get this far, or at least skip to the end, I guess. So get ready because you're about to see clues. Oh, and by the way, I've actually converted this process now, so I've got it running in a single node. So let me show you what I mean. I don't have the node on this computer though, so it's so funny if this workflow's been overwritten. It's been there for ages. Oh, it's cooked. Look, I even was going to show you, and now Comfy is like, no. You never teach the Wu-Tang. It's literally crashed out. This is the tab that has my avatar editor, the old one. Nah, mate. Looks like you'll have to wait till next time. Unfortunately, guys, because that's the end of the stream. And I did a little bit of overtime. But yeah, basically it's like this. Wait. It's not happy, guys. I can't. It literally won't show. It literally won't let me show you. I'm sorry, guys. Comfy just is crashing out. He's like, no, this is a secret. Well, I'll tell you what. Next time, if next time you ping me, come in and ping me again and we'll have another go. Because I don't mind showing people how it works, but I do encourage people to put the pieces together and then customize it to make it their own. Do you know what I mean? Because it is, as you say, an interesting little effect. I've actually, like I say, got it down to one node now. but I want to do a tutorial on how that was done over the next couple of days, because it like combines RemBG with OpenPose pre-processing in a way that you don't normally see in a single node. Right there. So thank you very much, ladies and gents. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.